am live now. I'd like to to thank uh thank our good buddy Walter for the Christmas reactions on my Christmas post on my uh thank you for the Christmas react. What's good, Joan of Wrath? Joan of Wrath, my bad. Alright, so to I don't know if I should say to summarize because summary comes after you do it, but this is before. I don't know, whatever the word I'm thinking of is. To summarize today's stream, we are going to be writing a .blend file parser. Uh, I've talked in the past about how I would like to, uh, how I think much of the reason why people are hesitant to work with OpenGL and to work directly just on the game, and they go through these game engines, is because the tools to actually just make the game are very limited, and even more limited is the means with which to become educated and to make the tools yourself. Something that I think would be very useful is a way to parse Blender files so that in the context of a more complete engine, or what I would put it closer to as a toolkit, in the context of a complete toolkit, I believe that Blender could kind of function as the universal, like Construct 2. Yeah, like Construct 2, like Godot, like Unity, Unreal, all these things, largely unnecessary things. What would be better than this is just a toolkit. This is how games used to be made. You know, pretty much all of your favorite games were made like this. The classics. Limited, but anything is possible. Limited. I think I don't. I'm not sure what you mean. But if you mean that it's limited to make the game yourself and not use an engine, I would disagree. I think that it's limited. I've found it very limiting to use these engines in a 2D sense. That's true. You know, with Open, if you're just using OpenGL 2D, it would be silly to use 2D in OpenGL. For that, you would use like Raylib, I think. Raylib is very useful if you want to make 2D games. I would strongly suggest anyone to look at Raylib because it's just there, you know, it just makes sense. Um, anyway, moving on. What I think would be a very useful tool, um, for people like me who would have the ambition to make a game without a game engine and to popularize making games without the game engines, um, a useful tool would be a blend file parser. For example, it would be useful to parse the contents of a blend file and construct a completed, I guess, game level out of that. Right. That would be very, very useful because what this would do, this would allow you to essentially use Blender like a level editor in your game. And I've given some thought to this, regardless of whether or not I turn out to be wrong. I'm sure this would be a good project, and if slash when it gets completed, I hope it would be useful to somebody. This is also an opportunity for me. I'm still to learn C language because I don't actually know C. I'm learning. So I open this up. Here we have the code so far, which is, I'm not gonna outright say it's bad code, but it's certainly not complete. Very short right now. Pop out. There we go. There we go. So, what is the first thing we do? I was looking into how a blend file works. Um, and what I was able to parse out, I guess just myself, is that there is a say there is certain uh, where did it go? So our goal for this stream, and we'll see if this takes forever or if it takes only a little bit, is file header. Now I could just put this down here. So the start of a blend file is a file header composed of three three characters. Maybe I should just call them characters. So it's four character like data types, but two of them are arrays of characters, which means that it's multiple characters. So the first thing, which I have parsed out already, uh, right here, fread blend file header, we read to this variable. We read a size of char. So we read character. It is 7 characters long, and we read this from the file. We input that here. So the first 7, a char. I'm mixing up on what to call it. I haven't spoken about it out loud. I'll just say char because that seems to be what everyone says. So a char is a byte. So we read the first 7 bytes of the file, and the first 7 bytes of the file, what would you know it? I read it, and it just says Blender. We can use this to identify if what we parsed into the program was a blend file. So that's useful. Our goal now is how do we get the second thing? We need an offset. How do we do an offset? That's what I'm thinking about. I need to get an offset, and the next offset is a single char, and that is a byte which points to a. I don't know if it points. It dictates pointer size. So an underscore means 32-bit, and I don't know what the sign is called. Underscore equals 32-bit, 2-bit, and this equals 64-bit. So I'm not sure what the consequences of this will be, but I think just for now we ought to assume everything is 64-bit. I don't know. Pretty much everything is 64-bit. The next thing, so that would be an offset of 7. So the next thing, which would have an offset of 8, would be endianness. A lowercase v would mean little endian, big V would mean big endian. So, and then the final part of our file header would dictate version number. That's going to be pretty cool, in my opinion. So, thinking. First thing, header. Did I write my header? I did. So we have our identifier, pointer size, and the init. Oh. What to do? I'm doing a little bit of reading right now. I am still learning. There's a function called fc. I do not want your pre-written code. Oh, that doesn't help. Maybe I can just look it up. So, there it is. FC. Do we give it a file and offset? Int. Beginning int. You know, I just realized that F and F open, F seek, F close is for file. Think about that. Get the key. So file just okay. So we move our pointer. Move our pointer. That's all. So perhaps this is. I wonder what this means. Seeker. What does that mean? Current position. Position from which the offset is added. One of the. I want this to be a set. Okay. Seek. Seek. So now I just do an F read. I don't know. It's the AI doesn't inform me. Well, Okay, save this. Uh, File. Code compiles. Now let's replace identifier with pointer size. Why not keep both? Because I do want to make both. Yeah, I'm assuming. I don't know much. The tumble, for example. I don't know what RB means. In this f open function, you can look. Where is it? C library fseek. F open. Previous. What is this? Standard IO. We're doing file IO. Yippee. I feel like I'm gonna have like a bunch of these all around. That might be a mistake. I'm not sure what else to do. I guess if it's a mistake, it's whatever. You fix mistakes. Still compile? We do. And file header blender. I want more. Oh, well, I guess. Identifier and pointer. What? There should be one. Files. Okay. Oh no. What's going on? Hope you guys can hear the music. So, then sure. Give me a close-up view. So you don't read anything. Why is that? You should be reading this character. You're not. Hmm. Meanwhile, so I don't really blend file identifier blender. It's a mistake. Defines a pointer. Now what does that do? Oh no. Makes pointer from it. Coin. I just not mess with all that. Ooh, shouldn't be all that now. Oh. Now what's this? X pointer. About 8. Ah, I do not understand that. Ah, uh, okay. Did work. So do I just do this a couple more times? 8. They Indianness. 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 But I have a feeling that this is not the way to do things. but, but when in Rome, go file header, one file. One file is constructed of a header and an array of logs. Logs are going to be hard. You have to discern what blocks are important and what blocks are not. Which should be fun. Oh yeah. Uh, I feel like suppose I we're gonna try to uh, maybe we just read the first 12 bytes. Let me see if that. Oh, and then we just write this to. Oh no, compatible. Mm-mm. Put a pointer. Ah, ah. Oh no. Hmm. Indian, this is only supposed to be R. Why doesn't this work? I, it reads 12. Hmm. Yes, we are compatible. Hmm. I wonder what's gone wrong. Is it that I need to? Cause like the file might put it all the way somewhere. I put it at 0 now. And why does that work? Hmm. Something the way that this is done is not quite right. One reason or another. Okay. There's 3.6. It's reading too many. Identify only 7 characters. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it is 7. I'm stupid. It is 7. So, what do we do? What's going on? Ouch. You know, don't mind if I make the music a little louder. Relax a little. This should work. Filter to the header. Compatible with parameter boy. That does. What am I thinking of? Nothing with GitHub. Okay. Read expects an address. Give it that address. And that address. Bill to this. Okay. Okay. Hmm. That boy just ain't right. So, Guess I can just see if that see if this magically what the hell? See if this magically works. What is going on with this? What the fuck? Oh my god. Out of your string. So first we want to identify. Your incessant nagging. Even though you're wrong, I want first 7 uh, characters. Blah blah blah. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Whoa, what is that? That looks retarded. And this is wrong? This is why you don't trust AI. Because I've been done dirty. What is going These are I'm learning about printf right now. These are single characters. Let's make sure these work before we get ambitious. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Oh shit, that was actually smart. Look at it, no. Thank you, robot. You've done one line of code for me. Hey, look at you go. We have an identifier, pointer size, endianness, and the version number. Okay, we did it. Now, was this a very simple task? Maybe, but it wasn't simple for me. Was not simple for me. Celebration. By a celebration, I mean I'm going to go make a coffee and a cookie. Like celebration. Snack. I'm gonna go make a celebration snack. Don't worry, I'll put a smiley face. Mm. Yeah, I like that. I like that little guy. Yeah, I'm quite proud. Wonder if I can it's all distorted. You know, I miss the China aesthetic I used to have. Maybe I'll bring it back. Random Chinese character. When I get back, we can make a thumbnail for the video. How about that? That sounds like a beautiful idea. Beautiful. That sounds beautiful. Alright, I'll be right back. I mean, coffee. Uh, now what do it? I don't know. What do it? I made a little wrap, bacon and some salami. What does that mean? Mm-mm-mm. And we're going to make I don't know, int one selected and identify. Uh, Oops, I forgot to take off the thing. Now would be an array. Is that how you spell block? It has to be. Block. It has to be how you spell block. And this would be an array, I believe. Yeah, we 8 blocks to this array, add it to a vector. It's just a dynamic. Oh, to engage in a procedure. Ding 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 ding. You know, why don't we make a little thumbnail? Doesn't that sound like a pleasant experience? We can make a thumbnail. Open you. Alright, thumbnail. There we go. I've taken the long liking to solarized. I like the solarized color palette quite a lot. I find it easy on the eyes. But at the bottom real quick over someone comes in here. There we go. Alright. The reason I'm putting effort into making our thumbnails is I'll be using this multiple times. Should I put the Holy See logo? That would be funny. I wonder what's up with these, like, I'm not gonna put this here because I find it a little bit cringe. Do you guys know what's up with these? I know no one's here right now, but perhaps there was somebody listening in here. And there's nothing stopping me from asking again. What is up with these, like, weird, uh, hexagon, and they do this for other programming languages. Do it for C Sharp. I know they do it for C++. Yeah, they do it for C++ too. Like, who made these? Because I see them everywhere, and I really don't like them. I think they're very ugly. That's just me. Not a, I'm not a fan. I think it's very ugly. 28 by 70. Let me get my color palette. Maybe I will be interested in looking at some. I've never played with fonts. This is 88. That's quite pleasant. What is this? This darker, isn't it? Also pleasant. Hmm. Ironically, maybe I. Maybe. I got completely distracted looking at the color palette, though. It's okay. We're not on a time limit or anything. If I wasn't doing this, I would be wasting. There we go. Classic Dennis Ritchie. That's what I was looking. Classic. Sure. Yes. It looks like I'm making a flag. Oh, I just that. Like that's a good green color though. It's quite a good green color. Let's mess with it. Color put this green in. Girl. Well, that's quite an interesting little green, isn't it? It's an interesting little green. Hmm, that's quite a good. I quite. What if we make it alright? Oh no, no, mistake. That's tasteful. I find that palatable. Blender, Blender logo. I've always had fun doing those kind of like to make quite a lot. Colors. This it is. Oh, I mess with you that much. You, I get quite a lot now. At me. Can I not? Next color. What if I just make you bright, bright, silly? Why don't we select row, color, color? That's me. Not very different. Different enough. There shall be no anti-alias. There shall be no discover. No, because that changes the color. I can't change. Hmm. Just want to get rid of the anti. No, that does not work. Well, that anti-aliases it even more. No. Hmm. I guess I could. You're slightly orange, now you're all orange. Works. Blue. Picks up the blue. Picks up the blue. Good. The blue. Wonderful blue color. Lightly blue, you're all blue. Little blue. What? And over here, there shall be no anti. This, but I've learned the way. I've seen the light. That's up every. No, it didn't. It wasn't that one. A little closer to the center. You know what? Just to mess with somebody's ADHD, or OCD, whatever mental disability. Now uneven. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Look at how nice this is. It's a beautiful image. It's on my desk. Folder. Name of the folder I got you. New folder shall be called thumbnails. This shall be called blend. Now it's time to decorate. We spent enough time. We spent quite a long time. Hey, now we have a thumbnail. Look at that. Isn't that something neat? Isn't that something pleasant? Let me look at it. Oh, isn't that pleasant? That's very, very pleasant. Very, very pleasant. Alright. Enough of gaggling around. Enough of gaggling around. We now have an array. So a blend file consists of a header, which is 12 bytes. And then what is the rest of the file full of these blocks? I don't know. Const means it's Time to read up. I'm reading from a I'm reading from an article. I don't know if this is called an article or what. Written in 2009. Have you ever done like a talking mouth before? Talking mouth. What do you mean by that? Or eyelids? Like in a model? Uh, I've done both of those things, but only like a little bit. I wouldn't call myself good at modeling. But in general, whenever I do make a mouth, now I'm bad at animation, but whenever I do make a mouth, especially nowadays, I do make it with the thought of how it's going to deform. So I've made a mouth that can talk, I just never made it talk, if that makes sense. Right. I've always been more into the process of making the model than actually like animating it and like using it. Uh, it's just a personal thing. And there's a lot of ways that you could do a mouth or eyelid. Like me personally, since I know that you draw stuff. Like doesn't have to have extra vertices. Yeah, you do need supporting geometry. In general, whenever you have a detail around a face, uh, whenever you have a detail on the face like an eye or a mouth or the ears, in general you want like circular stuff around it. I could show you on the most recent model I made. There. Now, it's not a very good model. Not a very good model, but it communicates the idea. So if I open, where would I have a recent view? Where would I'm completely lost as to where I put it. Hmm. You there? There you go. Alright, so I go into the head here, which if I select everything and go like this way, you can kind of see the head is the most detailed part. Let me get rid of that. You can see the head has the most in terms of just details. You can see the density here. In general, a head's pretty complicated. So are hands. Hands and feet can be complicated too if you decide to model it. But you can see here the mouth area has a circle around it, you know? Kind of looks like blackface. That's funny. Uh, the inside of the mouth. Maybe it would be useful to have some maybe I should put some trying. So, okay, nonsense. That's what the overall idea is this. You have the mouth, you put a circle around it, you have the nose, put a circle around it, you have the eyes, you put circles around them. Like blackface? Yeah, it's like blackface. See? You have the giant lips. You could easily make this racist. Yeah. So you see here, nose has a ring. Ring is a better word. So I hope this helps to visualize kind of the basic idea. Mine's kind of like that, yeah. And you see the rest of this is just regular apology, just normal. Special. I didn't even put ears on this model because hair covers the ears. There's no point. It's kind of like that more human, like, yeah. I think you should experiment with it. Like, did you give that thing a cock? I did not. I don't know if you were talking about these little details here. These like pillars. But no, I did not. I gave him pants. Gave the fella pants. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Torbal could give you some advice. I know he makes more. He makes more like what? I don't know what to call it. Like anime stuff than I do. Stuff I make is more normal, Western. Oh, I like to think I don't make anime slop. I don't know. You're trying to go for like an anime look too. Where was my file? In the 5 minutes he's not busy, man. You know he ain't that busy. He ain't that busy. I bet I could ping him and he'd answer. He'd answer probably tomorrow because his ass is asleep right now. That man's real sleepy ass. But you see, he's up in there. I see him talking like in VCs with Trade Day. He's in VCs with Trade Day Alchemist. He ain't that busy. He could be streaming if he want to. It's fine that he doesn't want to though. Although admittedly, he is sufficiently busy that it would be difficult for him to maintain a consistent schedule, which, along that reasoning, perhaps streaming is not the best use of time. So, it's not like I'm very consistent either. I've been busy too. I just don't have anything better to do right now. Got a new model in Blender, but I'm not gonna abandon my Nomad one. No, you shouldn't abandon. The thing that I find beautiful about a model that isn't true for like a drawing is that you're a model is never like outdated. A model never becomes outdated because you can just go back and fix it, right? Like I still have my first ever model. I still I still have and I still use my first ever model just because I keep updating it. Where is it? This fellow right here. I just keep updating this model. And it's the first one ever. I haven't even gone weight paint still. Weight paint can be difficult. It can be difficult. In general, I would advise you just automatic weight paint, and then you touch up what looks wrong. You know, and the way you do that is just to just to make sure. Is this already okay? See, this is already like weight painted and everything. But if I go back and I what Alt P, it's just everything clear parent. The part of touching up though, right? So do this, select the skeleton, Control P, automatic weights, pose mode. So that took like 5 seconds to do. I go in pose mode, you can see it's kind of messed up. It's actually very messed up. Maybe, hmm, hmm. Okay, well it's usually not that messed up. Usually pretty messed up. It's not. What about over here? I need to be vindicated somewhere. I wonder why. I messed up. Okay, so hands are somewhat normal. Arms, eyes. Eyes are a little messed up. Sufficiently fucked. Sometimes it's just like touching up, sometimes it's like the leg area here, where stuff is just too close together. Uh, what you can do is a thing for so weight painting, paint mode. So you can see the problem. Now up here in your brush, are all the bones supposed to be connected? Not every bone has to be connected. No. Like I mean, each bone has a parent. They are all connected. They're just not touching each other necessarily. They don't necessarily have to touch each other. Uh, like go in edit mode here, bone relations here. He's completely weighted though. Mine don't move. Like if you grab the foot, only the foot move. Mine are like a skeleton. So what? If you move this bone, it just like goes off. Yeah. They are supposed to be connected to each other, as in each bone has a parent, and the child inherits the transformations of its parent. Relations. See? So I have this shin bone connected, and it says its parent is the thigh. So if I move the shin, thigh moves to pose mode. This is technically I have auto IK, which you wouldn't normally have. Uh, see? You move the shin is still connected to the thigh. I mean, it's a pretty but see, because this thing isn't connected to, like, it has a parent, but it's not connected. If it has a parent, but it's not connected, it can just move freely, like this. But, so yeah, your problem isn't the weight paint, then if that's the case, your problem is more so, uh, well, it probably is still a little bit weight paint, but it's not entirely the weight paint, it's also just the relationships between the bones. So, you do have to set that up. Honestly, your characters are like so humanoid. At least the I said your characters, but I've only seen one. Uh, that you could just go into armature here and like they have like basic human, and you can just line all the bones in here up. You know, you put these where the titties are. You put these where the pelvis is. Like you just line all this up, and it kind of just works. For your case specifically, you could just do this. And then, you're supposed to make a rig out of it. Uh, you can do that. You're supposed to do that. I don't. At least not yet, I don't. I should close this before I accidentally save it, though. Anyway, going back to Blendify. When Blender loads a blend file, the DNA structures are read first. Blender creates a catalog of these DNA structures. Blender uses this catalog together with the data in the file. The internal Blender structures of the Blender release you're using, and a lot of the transformation in translation logic to implement the backward and upward compatibility. In the source code of Blender, there is actually logic which can transform and translate every structure used by a Blender release to the one of the release you're using. The more difference between release, the more logic is executed. The blend file format is not well documented as it does not differ from internal use structure, and the file can really explain itself. Explain itself, my ass. Look at this. My ass. What does this even mean? We've only got this far. We did the easy part. Oh, we did the easy part. We only did the. We have to parse this somehow. How are we gonna parse? How are we gonna parse this? Ah, it's pain. That is pain. Ooh. A blend file always starts with the file header followed by file blocks. The default blend file of Blender 2.48 contains more than 400 of these file blocks. Each file block has a file block header and data. This section explains how the global file structure can be read. Okay, this is familiar. File blocks contain a file block header and data. The start of a file block is always aligned at 4 bytes. The file block header describes the total length of the data, type of information stored in the file block, the number of items of this information, and the old memory pointer at the moment the data was written to disk. Depending on the pointer size stored in the file header, a file block header can be 20 or 24 bytes long. The next table describes how a file block header is structured. Now I'm gonna not know. This gets hard very quick. What do I do? Have a hex editor. A hex editor. I wish there was someone here that could just tell me what to do. Ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Hyperactive. Eat WX. Info. Sad. I wonder why Scoop takes so long. Console-based text editor. I'd prefer a Google Plus. Yeah. X. Yeah. Binary file editor. Free hex editor. Okay. That's right. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Alt UX. What? Oh. Huh? Oh no. Oh. Okay, so okay. Am I being opted? Ugh. Um, no. Part of me thought that a hex editor would make this information uh somewhat palatable, which has not happened. Still don't know what. Hmm. Oh, so we have made progress today. Hmm. Ugh. I'm pondering right now. What do we can? A blend file stores geometry, not uh. Oh, it stores geometry but not textures. Alright. I'm getting pretty tired. Oh, hopefully I can do another stream soon. I know this one's been pretty short. It's only been like 2 hours, but hey, we made some progress. Hope I can do another one soon. I think I'm just gonna do some reading. Yeah. Thank you to everybody who came, which thank you to June of Wrath. Uh yeah, we're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna see what we Alright. Thank you guys for coming. Good night.